Day 2 of Class A CDL training at Stevens Transport. Like I said in the first episode, I am doing a independent company or a third party company for their CDL stuff. So it is a trucking school. It is a trucking school, but it is a different company. Stevens Transport just has a contract with them. Okay. So second day, what we did was we went out to the yard, um, and we looked at the truck. That's pretty much all we did. They went over the pre-trip stuff, and I will say there is a lot of the pre-trip stuff. Um, it looks like it's gonna be pretty rough. I'm not gonna lie, it looks pretty rough. Uh, it looks more difficult, a lot more difficult than the the test, because you can take the test over and over and over and over again. It just costs money. But if you fail the pre-trip, you fail the whole test, including your final test, at as I was told. Um, with that being said, I highly recommend that you study and study and study and study and study that. When everybody's sitting there messing around, fucking off, just being goofy and doing whatever, go study. Seriously, go study. This pre-trip, yeah, you'll do it every day, but you want it to be burned into your brain. If it is not burned into your brain and you miss too many things, even though you pass all the actual backing maneuvers and the driving maneuvers, you will fail. And you will have to take it again, and it will be at an expense that you will pay for. Um, Other than that, we did a lot of pre-trip stuff, so we unhooked from the trailer, and she showed us how to unhook from the trailer, how to put the trailer hands down and stuff like that. Showed us the glad hands, showed us how to connect back up to the trailer. Uh, she also showed us the pre-trip inspections, so like, let's say, small things like your tires. So they're really specific, so it has to be like your tires, when you look at them, like let's say if you're looking at the outside from the rim, you have to say something very specific, like my tire or my rims aren't bent, broken, or cracked, is BBC, and then it's ABCDF, um, and I don't, off the top of my head, I can't remember what ABCDF is. I'll have to get back to you on that one, but you have to do that, and you have to do it for a lot of things. So you have to do it for like your leaf springs, your brakes, your drums, and with your drums you have to say that they're not thinning, and they still have at least an inch left, and they're not blue from heat warp. Um, Same thing with like the hood up. You have to do all your lights, your reverse lights, on the trailer and your tractor. So you have to do all your reverse lights, your left, your right, your emergency, all your lights on the side with your blinkers, both sides, your reflectant lights, your reflectant tape, your alternator. So you have to check your alternator every single time and say it's not cracked, frayed, or broken, and has less than like 3/4 inch play in it when you push and pull it. Um, but yeah, so that's it for most part of day 2 of Stevens Transport. Other than that, it was mostly just small things because they're still having a lot of people go up and do their permit tests. Like I said in my first video, I already got mine, so I didn't have to get out here, mosquito. It's gonna bite me. It's gonna make me itch like crazy. But I fortunately did not have to go and do that, which was really nice. So I get to focus on that. So now all I have to worry about is making sure that this mosquito is just like hovering around me. So all I have to do is just make sure that I have that ready to go, and memorize the pre-trip stuff, which is really nice. And it makes it super awesome to memorize just that instead of also memorizing all the CDL prep stuff and air brakes combination, and everything else. And I will tell you, she will show you how to hook up your kingpin and your lockjaws, which is really important. And then same thing with your glad hands. Your kingpin and lockjaws, if you do not, and she stressed this a lot, and she's seen it happen to a lot of people, if you do not hook up correctly, guess what? You'll take off and it'll fall. And she says, if you do it once, hey, it's an accident. You do it twice, hey, you're getting a warning. You do it 3 times, guess what? You get to go back to CDL school, most likely. So, don't forget those. Alright? And I'm not no truck expert. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but, I'm just telling you of what they told me. But it is fun. I'm enjoying it. Yeah, I will say though, there is a lot of waiting around because you're waiting for other students to look at it, and she goes through a procedure. So she goes through and she gets in the truck and she shows you like the air brakes, and she shows you like the air brakes pumping up and pumping down, and then she revs it up to 1500 and makes sure that the PSI goes 55 and 60 and 125, stuff like that. And then she pumps the brakes until she loses pressure all the way. And yeah, it's pretty neat. It's learning. It's pretty rough learning everything all at once. So I'm just trying to study the best I can. And you also get a really big book that you have to study all 35 chapters and answer all the questions. So that's fun too. But alright, this is Harley's Trucking Life. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Later.